Once we have looked the absurd in the face, once we have rejected the easy escapes of suicide and the leap of faith, a strange and wonderful thing happens. The world, which had seemed empty and meaningless, suddenly becomes a space of profound and vibrant possibility. By accepting our limits, we become limitless. By giving up on eternal life, we become intensely alive. Albert Camus believed that three consequences flow naturally from an absurd awareness: freedom, passion, and revolt. These are not just philosophical ideas. They are the lived, breathing architecture of an authentic life. Welcome back to the Rebel's Atlas. Today, we explore the gifts of the absurd. We will see how a clear-eyed view of a meaningless world paradoxically becomes the foundation for the most meaningful life possible. Let's begin with freedom. If there is no God, no preordained moral code, no ultimate purpose, then we are completely and terrifyingly free. The absurd person is not bound by the conventional rules and expectations of society because they see them for what they are: human constructions, not divine commandments. This does not mean they are free to do harm. As we will see later, the absurd leads to a deep sense of solidarity. But it does mean they are free from the oughts and shoulds that constrains so many people. They are free to create their own values, to live by their own code of honor. This is a profound shift in the inner vision architecture. It is a conscious decision to dismantle the filtering system you have inherited from your culture and to build a new one based on your own direct experience of life. You ask not, "What am I supposed to do?" but what is the most honest and dignified way for me to live given my condition? This freedom is not a license for nihilism. It is a call to a higher responsibility, the responsibility to invent your own meaning. The second consequence is passion. If this life is all we have, if there is no promise of a second chance or an eternal reward, then every moment becomes infinitely precious. The absurd hero lives with a burning passion for the quantity and quality of their experiences. They are not waiting for happiness in some future heaven. They are seeking it now, in the sun on their skin, in the taste of a good meal, in the intensity of a love affair, in the beauty of a piece of art. They live, as Camus says, with a lyrical indifference to the future and a deep, passionate engagement with the present. This is a re-architecting of our relationship with time. Most of us live in the future, sacrificing the present for some imagined later reward. The absurd person understands that the only reality is the present moment. The practice becomes one of heightened detectional learning, to detect the richness, the texture, and the beauty of the here and now. You drink the glass of water as if it is the first and last glass of water you will ever drink. You look at the face of your beloved as if you are memorizing it for eternity. This passion is not about a frantic search for pleasure. It is about a deep, qualitative attention to experience. The third consequence, which contains the other two, is revolt. Revolt is the engine of the absurd life. It is the constant, conscious, and defiant no to our condition. It is Sisyphus knowing his fate and still pushing the rock with all his might. The rebel does not accept their fate passively. They live in opposition to it. Their revolt is their passion, their freedom, their dignity. My death is inevitable, so my revolt is to live as passionately and freely as possible. The universe is silent, so my revolt is to create meaning through art and human connection. The world is unjust, so my revolt is to fight for justice, even if I know I will not achieve a final victory. The revolt is not aimed at changing the fundamental absurdity of the condition. The rock will always roll back down. The revolt is an end in itself. It is the act of maintaining one's dignity and clarity in the face of a meaningless cosmos. It is the source of our honor. These three principles of freedom, passion, and revolt form a new, self-created architecture for living. It is a structure built not on external authority, but on internal lucidity. The absurd hero becomes an artist of life. They take the raw, meaningless material of their existence, and they sculpt it into a work of art, a testament to the power of the human spirit, to create meaning where there is none. In our next episode, we will see how this individual revolt naturally leads to a sense of connection with others. We will explore Camus' ideas on solidarity, as expressed in his novel The Plague, and see how the shared recognition of our absurd condition is the foundation for our deepest compassion. For now, the practice is this. Find one small, routine part of your day, and for today only, engage with it not as a means to an end, but with the full force of your absurd passion. Drink your coffee, take your walk, have your conversation, as if it were the most important and beautiful act in the universe. Because in a meaningless world, it just might be.